Nick, it feels like in this lesson we're really starting to dig into the topic of the law. And I know Paul is not easy to understand, and probably you, like me, have reread the passages again and again. But is it really that complicated?
Do you really mean that deep means complicated? Imagine the early church, this mix of people with so many different perceptions about sin, law, God. Yes, Paul's language is a bit specific, but hey, he's trying to explain realities that, as he says, are stupid and foolishness to many. The focus this week is on how Christ's death affects the law.
According to Paul, we have died to the law that binds us. We have been released from the law. And it sounds liberating. But how is this possible? Through the body of Christ that has been given as a ransom for us, we, like every woman in the Old Testament whose husband died, we are free to enter in a new relationship. And this is what it's all about, being in a new relationship with the Father and the Creator. And then the law is not binding us because we are in this new relationship. The law has authority over us as long as we live, but we have died. Our old self was crucified with Him.
The illustration you did is a bit weird, but if you read the lesson, you understand. The first point of the lesson is that the law requires that we die, and through Christ, we did. Paul goes further and says that we were slaves to the law. Have you ever felt that everything is going down, and further down, and further down? With sin, there is no other direction. But hey, through Christ's death, justice was paid. And now we are free for new beginning.
Is it just me, or Paul is making it difficult to understand the law? But how is it possible that the law is the law of sin and death, and at the same time is holy? Is it because that I wouldn't have been convicted and condemned if it was not for the law to reveal sin? And also, probably I would have not experienced death if it was not for the law.
There are several aspects that Paul is juggling with. The effect and the power of the law, its relation with sin, and then me. Can I play by the rules and use the law?
So, there is so much power in the law. But does this power save, though? Not at all. It condemns. So, what's so good and holy about the law? Without the law, there wouldn't have been a recognition of sin. Nothing more, nothing less. Don't hang on the law for help or salvation. In this department, the law is impotent.
It's normal to go through such roller coaster. Once we realize the chains of sin and our own insufficiency, we have the same questions. Okay, good news. Jesus' death paid my debt. I am free. Now what? Oh, this law that kept me slave, I don't want to deal with again. So, either take it away, make it invalid, or I'll have to make sure that I keep every comma and letter of it.
Obedience to the law would not forgive you, nor it will secure a salvation for you. Through Jesus we are free from sin, and through His righteousness we are justified. If only you believe.
So, Christ's death frees us from the curse of the law and sin. This means that not only we can live and not die, but we can live a life with no attraction to sin, where breaking the law is not an issue, not because there is no law or because breaking it doesn't matter, but because our entire being, our mind and hearts are good. We are driven by different forces. There is no law against love and goodness. We have a very special righteousness.